Welcome to Quantum Bytes. I'm Steve Marion, Senior Director for Customer Success here at Quantum Strides. Today's episode is part 3 of our 3-part series on how IBM Envizi helps customers with Scope 1, 2, and 3 ESG reporting. Today's demo will focus on Scope 3. Joining me today is my esteemed colleague and pre-sales engineer for Envizi and Tririga, Justine Bautista. Good day, Justine. How are you?
I'm good, Steve. How about you?
Doing great. Can't wait for the demo.
So let's start. Again, I'm Justine Bautista, pre-sales engineer of Quantum Strides. And on this video, I'll show you how Envizi can help sustainability professionals view everything about Scope 3 reporting. Now, what are Scope 3 emissions? Scope 3 emissions are a category of greenhouse gas emissions originating from business operations by sources that are not directly owned or controlled by an organization, such as a supply chain, transportation, product usage, or disposal, also referred to as value chain emissions. They are the hardest to measure and reduce. Now let's go to Envizi and see how it can help you with Scope 3 reporting. I'm gonna share my screen now. So this is a Scope 3 Power Report, and this is designed to provide a sustainability analyst the ability to firstly identify Scope 3 hotspots that represent opportunities for emission reduction, and those opportunities could be in terms of the 15 Scope 3 categories, in terms of product categories, or in terms of specific suppliers. Secondly, to identify opportunities for improving Scope 3 data in terms of data gaps and in terms of calculation accuracy. This report is built in Microsoft Power BI and can be customized to meet specific organizational needs for visualization and analysis. Let's look at identifying opportunities for emissions reduction. This dashboard provides users a macro view of Scope 3 emissions. It shows a comparison of Scope 3 emissions against Scope 1 and 2, both absolute and percentage. How overall Scope 3 emissions are trending, and the breakdown of Scope 3 emissions by upstream and downstream categories. In the center, we have here the emission contribution of each Scope 3 category, and on the right, the top contributors overall, and if a category is selected, the top contributors in that category. Now, here I can choose to analyze particular Scope 3 category. Let's look one of the most common categories, which is purchased goods and services. So this category analysis dashboard provides the sustainability analyst the ability to analyze the category in several ways, including the calculation methodology used for what proportion of data and accuracy associated with each of those methodologies as defined by Greenhouse Gas Protocol, the YOY or year-over-year performance trend of emissions in this category, and the ability to limit the comparison to only those data sources where the calculation methodology has remained the same over the period, or in other words, a like-for-like comparison. And the top data types that make up the category for this emission. On the right, I can start to zero in on the top contributors on this category, which for purchased goods and services or capital goods would be suppliers. I can also analyze this category through additional lenses if relevant. So if I see a supplier that I want to analyze further, I can select that supplier and click through. Here, so this dashboard provides an analysis of a particular contributor, which would be a particular supplier in the case of category 1 and 2. Now, this dashboard looks at Scope 3 emissions through the lens of top contributors, providing a view of the supplier concentration and a view of geographic distribution of suppliers. Now, this one, data gaps and opportunities. This dashboards provide the sustainability analyst with a view of which Scope 3 data sources represent a risk to determining a complete picture of Scope 3 emissions. And that is how IBM Envizi's powerful Scope 3 emissions engine automatically calculates your total emissions using the most appropriate emissions factors and Greenhouse Gas Protocol supported assessment methodologies. If you want to know more about these Scope 3 dashboards inside Envizi. Schedule a discovery session for you and your sustainability executive where we can discuss your goals and deep dive into the product functionality with a demonstration. You may reach Quantum Strides on the contact details provided. Thank you for your time and see you again in our next video.
Thank you very much, Justine, for another great demo. And until next time, I'm Steve Marion with Quantum Strides. Have a great day.